Before I recorded this podcast, I was literally like, no one disturb me. So I turned the do not disturb on my phone. And then I remembered my phone gets no action. Bro, my phone gets no action. Like, no one's even gonna disturb you. Anywho, today, I always like saying that. Today we're gonna talk about the past 12 months. Alright? I know everyone's doing this around this time of the year, New Year's recap or, like the year's recap. But whatever, I know it's so cliche, like, why are you doing this? Whatever, it's fun to look back, okay? It's fun to look back. But before we start, we have a little tradition on this podcast wherein we read one of my poems, which may or may not be connected to what we're gonna talk about today. But I'm pretty sure it's connected. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so here it goes. We're towards the end. Contact feels far. That scribbly feeling before a nice surprise. So that's that. That's that. It's an untitled poem by me, yours truly. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I'm tired. I always say this on the podcast, but I'm so tired. I'm always tired. Honestly. But anyways, before we start, I hope you guys are having a good week. As I'm recording this podcast, it's like a few days after Christmas, and I really had, a blessed Christmas. Okay, let's start. So, for my recap, we're gonna start with the highlights of each month, alright? I mean, of course, let's start with January. Let's start with January. January, it started, my year, I freaking swear, like, my year didn't start great. Like, January, on my outline, it says here, falling out with someone. That was the highlight of January 2023 for me. Happy New Year, Linus. Happy New Year. So January, falling out with someone. Not a good start, but hey, I mean, I guess in a way it's like a good start too, because like you started the year with like setting boundaries for yourself, like I started the year cutting off like what was not working for me anymore, what doesn't serve me. Anyway, February got this atrocious slash pretty haircut. I don't know. It's like I got this like wolf cut slash mullet haircut, and then I got this dye. I got it like a dyed. And I don't know, it was a hit or miss most of the time. Like there would be times in February wherein this haircut would look so nice on me. But there would be times when it would be such an atrocious mess. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That was Feb for me. March I performed this play called She Kills Monsters. I played a major supporting role named Chuck. He's basically the D&D master. I had fun with that one. And yeah, like recently I just remembered like the spark that live theater gives me, or even just acting in general. So yeah, that's what I did for March. April, I did another thing with my hair because it was almost graduation. So April, I got a perm on top of the wolf cut, mullet, and the dyed hair. I got a perm. But this one really, like, the perm was the icing on top. Not even like the cherry on top. The perm was the cherry on top for me because, I don't know, like, it just kind of, tied it all together. So I have these like gorgeous like brown locks, like these brown curls when I graduated. So that's that for April. May. As y'all know from the previous episode, episode 3, I discussed joining track. So that's basically what I did for May. Just like I joined the school's track team. So May, aside from track, I also did graduate from high school in late May. It was really fun. It was really fun. I graduated high school. Yeah, lots of celebrations, lots of, I don't know, it was just really fun. Even the grad party we did right after graduation was fun. And then June, I said goodbye to high school. I wouldn't forget that it was like June 9th. It was June 9th, my last day of high school. And then I never went back because I didn't have any final exams. And then probably like 48 hours after saying goodbye to high school, I got a nose piercing. I got a nose piercing. So that was fun. Actually, it wasn't even fun. Bro, let me know if you guys want like a piercing journey podcast episode because I am down. I am down to do that. Because it's been a long ass journey and I am here to talk about it. Like, I am so excited to talk about it. July. July of 2023, the highlight for that month was I got the green light to get featured in these 2 magazines. So, I basically submitted my photos to these 2 magazines. And then they were like, yeah, sure, like we want you. We want you on our magazine for the July, I think. Or no, it was August and September issue. And then one of them were like, we want to put you on the front and back cover. So, yeah, I'm not bragging or anything, but like, you guys can check it out on my Insta at Linus Manansala. Follow me. But yeah, you can check it on Insta. You can check it on Insta. They're all there. August, the first feature came out. Yeah, like you can just check it on Insta. Like I said, September, I turned 19. And then, surprisingly, it wasn't that scary. Turning 19, honestly, like I was dreading when I remember when I was like 15, 16, I was like, I don't even want to be 19. That is so scary. But then when I turned 19, it wasn't that scary. I was like, okay. So that's that. Plus in September, the second feature came out for the magazines. October. Okay. October, I worked at a Halloween attraction. So, like those carnival games, but they're like Halloween themed. I helped run one of those. So I worked at a Halloween attraction for the whole month of October. And plus, I released my book, A Soul's Quiet Release. Shameless plug. I did release it towards the end of October. So that was pretty fun. And then November. Oh my gosh. November. November was just straight up shitty, stressful. I almost became insane. It was like the peak of shittiness, dude. No. November. Oh my gosh. I remembered I got sick. November. I got sick. Like, wow. I remembered in November, I think I was like having mental breakdowns 4 times a week. 4 times is even downplaying it. Probably like 5 times a week. I am not kidding. November was straight up shitty. December, this month, I did get an award for my volunteer work because I offered free poetry classes to the community during autumn. Yeah, that was really fun. And yeah, just like hosting my poetry classes in autumn was really fun. It was really, heartwarming. Yeah, so that's my highlight of each month. That's the highlight of each month. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Just like looking back, it's like some of the things that I mentioned felt like they happened 4 years ago. Like, oh my gosh, like I remember like performing She Kills Monsters. It's like that felt like 4 years ago. It's like I've been out of high school for 4 years. Even though it's only been what, like 6, 7 months? Crazy. Crazy. Moving on. Moving on. So our next the next aspect that we're gonna talk about is something that I could have improved upon this year and something that I did improve upon this year. So something that I did improve upon this year was definitely my career. Like, bro, like I improved so much career wise this year. Like, I'm not bragging again. I'm not bragging. I'm just, I mean, since this is a 2023 recap, like we just have to spill the tea. So yeah, like I did improve so much career wise this year. Like I said, I did all those magazine features. Yeah, like I did so many like passion projects this year. I also did those poetry classes, published my own book. So it was really fun career wise this year. But something I could have improved upon this year was definitely my social life. It's bad, dude. This year it was so bad. Like it cuz like first off, I said goodbye to high school. Right? I said goodbye to high school and then after I exited high school, I didn't have a regular job. So like I don't have an institution that I go to daily wherein I could meet different people. Unlike my ex classmates who go to college now, right? So I don't know, like I didn't have, I don't have any friend groups, the friends I made in high school. I mean, of course, they're in college now. I'm taking a gap year. So they're busy, they're busy. I don't know, like it just felt lonely. It just felt lonely, especially for the second half of 2023. The first half, it was actually fun, the first half, but it's like, I eventually said goodbye anyway. So like, yeah, social life wasn't that good this year, and hopefully I could improve that on 2024. Hopefully. I mean, I know I will. I know I will. I know I will. I know I will. Moreover, my favorite and least favorite month. I mean, by now I feel like you guys already know what my least favorite month is. Yeah, my least favorite month definitely is November. It was just straight up shitty. It wasn't good at all. Like, the only good that came out of it was, yeah, like I guess starting this podcast. Yay. You know? It was just fun starting this podcast, but that was about it. That was about it. My favorite month would definitely be May. May was really fun. all that graduation celebration was really fun, you know, the grad retreat, that was fun. Because I was also the historian. I was the class historian, dude. So like I spoke in front of all the grade 12s during the grad retreat, and then the same month we graduated. After graduation, I ate outside with my family, and then grad party. And then that month I remembered there was a prom, but then it got canceled. Like us grade 12s, we literally fought for that. And then when the school opened it for everybody, they were like, if we sell 150 tickets, we would do the prom. And I think like 28 people bought the tickets. Like what the hell? But May was fun. It was literally so fun. Like so many unforgettable hangouts, both school related and outside of school. And again, like life was so chill, I remembered. And the weather was superb. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, you know? Like it was the perfect weather. Like you can wear whatever you want. And I don't know, I guess like May, I just felt so much freedom around that time. I just felt like so much joy. Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. And I think around that time I discovered one of my favorite songs. It's The Dress by, I don't know if I'm saying this right, by it's by Dejon. Dejon. Yeah, I discovered that in May. I remembered. Anywho, moving on. So for the last outline, it's top 3 of the most important things I learned this year. Okay. First, one of the most important things I learned this year was to think about the situation both sides. Look at the situation, the problem from their POV. Maybe you're right, sure. But maybe they also have a point, you know? Maybe they also have a point. Like we cannot just say shut up. I don't want to hear about your opinion. But what if they do have a point, you know? Maybe both of you guys are right. But then we were just swayed by anger and like frustration and like being so naive, you know, that we just shut them off. So that's one of the most important things I learned this year. Think about the situation on both sides. Because unless the other person is like egotistical or like just straight up naughty, they wouldn't fight for it for no good reason, right? Like they wouldn't fight for it hard. They wouldn't be argumentative about the thing that they're fighting for if it's not for a reason. If it doesn't mean something for them. I don't know if that's making sense, but the whole gist of it is just think about the situation from both POVs, from both point of views. Think about the situation from both sides and point of views. Second, I learned to shut up and be the bigger person when dealing with toxic, angry, impatient, and shallow people. Just because it's the best thing to do. Like I know, like standing up for yourself, standing on business. Yeah, like I know it feels great, right? You feel so empowered to do that when you're standing on business and just like standing up for yourself. But when you're against a toxic, impatient, and shallow person, the best thing to do is just to shut up. Just let them win. Be the bigger person. Because you wouldn't win. You wouldn't win. They will always have a way out, I swear. The second most important thing I learned this year was to shut up. I don't know, because like angry, toxic, shallow, impatient people, what I learned is like they have this wall that you cannot penetrate. You know, because they just don't want to be helped. That's the thing. They just don't want to be helped. Even though you're so willing to help them, even though you pour so much wisdom to them, just nothing. It wouldn't work because they have this wall that they keep on reinforcing that you cannot penetrate with wisdom. So it's better to just shut up. Third, oh my gosh, I learned this during the summertime. When you work and invest your time, love, energy, and effort towards yourself, a lot of good shit comes to you. Like the universe will just give it back tenfolds through gifts and blessings. I am not kidding. Summer, I started working out 5 times a week. Abs, arms, back, glutes, you name it. 5 times a week I would work out. Every night I would journal. I would write things that I am grateful for. Every night I would journal. I would meditate. You know how I would do my meditation? I would just hear myself. I would just sit in silence and hear what my body wants. Does my body and mind want self-love meditation tonight? Do I want to manifest something tonight? Let's do a manifestation meditation, you know? Do I want to move on from past wounds? Let's do a healing meditation, you know? I was just hearing myself. I was so patient with myself. I was working on myself. And look where that got me, right? I started so many passion projects that I was so happy about. I just got way too many opportunities. That summer. Yeah, like I remembered during summer I got casted for this runway show. And then I also remembered that summer I got my very first speaking role on camera. When you work and invest your time, love, and energy to yourself, the universe will give it back to you tenfolds through gifts and blessings. That's about it, y'all. I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you guys learned something from this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, see you in 2024. As always, everything's gonna be alright.